Hello there. How are you doing? I'm Dr. Zelda Okia. I am a life and weight loss coach and a board certified pathologist. As a life and weight loss coach, I wanted to come in today just to bring you a word of encouragement. Times are still pretty topsy-turvy. There's a lot of uncertainty, probably a lot of anxiety, maybe some depression. Although we have the opportunity to spend time at home, perhaps if you're not working, kudos to all the healthcare workers who are still out there on the front lines taking care of all of it, taking care of sick people and also the people that just have regular old, life happen. We're in the middle of allergy season and people still drive around, so there's still accidents and things that happen. So yeah, there's a lot of uncertainty. And of course, now with the economic changes, a lot of fear about people losing jobs and companies going under. So I just wanted to leave a word of encouragement. In these times of uncertainty, we can still cling to those things which are certain. And especially, hopefully this morning you took advantage of the several online churches that are there and prayer circles that are still happening. That is still available to you. And I also wanted to encourage you. I love the book Think and Grow Rich. I've read it several times. My husband's also read it several times. And there's so much in there that can be very encouraging. And I wanted to read a particular passage. There was a passage regarding the poem titled, "I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul." And in there, it references this poem, and it actually says, "We are the masters of our fate because we have the power to control our own thoughts." And I've talked before about the model taught to me by my mentor coach, where there's circumstances, those are things that happen out in the world, like coronavirus, that we can't control, but we have a thought about it. And it's our thoughts that create our feelings, and then it's our feelings that drive our actions or inactions, and then it's our actions that determine our outcomes, our results, and our lifestyles. And so if our minds are so caught up with uncertainty, then that generates a feeling of fear or anxiety. And then some people totally shut down because of that. But if you think about this quote, we have the power to control our own thoughts. And then it goes on and says, our brains become magnetized with the dominating thoughts which we hold. And these magnets then attract to us forces, people, and even circumstances of life which harmonize with the nature of our dominating thoughts. So even though we might feel completely powerless, completely out of control, not knowing how to deal with the situation around us, we can always control our thoughts. We can control our mind, where our mind goes. If you're familiar with Byron Katie, she always says to write your thoughts down and then say, is that real? Is that true? So you can question your thoughts. Sometimes we believe things that aren't even true. We don't even know. We don't know. There is a lot of uncertainty now. So we can just cling to certainty. And as I mentioned about church services, if you're familiar with the book of Hebrews in the Bible, talks about faith and how faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So even though we don't see it, we don't know, maybe the coronavirus is almost finished. All of this that's going on now, it will soon be over. We know it's going to end eventually. We just don't know when. But what if it's going to end tomorrow? And then we gave up hope, or we made a bad decision or a bad choice because we were thinking, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this anymore. But we can control our thoughts. We can deal with it. We do have the resilience to move on and to move past this. So reach out to, I know we can't physically reach, we may not be able to physically reach out to those around us, but especially if you've got kids, help them to manage this. If you're anxious, if you're afraid, if you have a surgeon and you're going in for major surgery, how would you feel if your surgeon was like, I'm not sure I can do this for you? No, we are trained in medicine to keep a rational head, because so many times there might be chaos around us, but when we can keep a rational head, when we maintain control over our thoughts and our feelings, then that is infectious and that permeates out to the people around us. And I wanted to leave hope for those of you who aren't sure about if your job is going to be there when all this is over with. But maybe that wasn't the permanent job for you. Maybe that really wasn't the job that you thought truly brought out the best of you. So I have another book here, the 37 ways to boost your coaching practice. And I like this. It's just a quote here, but it's really powerful. And it's from Abraham Maslow. If you know the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, this is the Abraham Maslow. And this quote says, the most beautiful fate, the most wonderful good fortune that can happen to any human being is to be paid for doing that which he passionately loves to do. So what if in these uncertain times, every morning you woke up and said, what is my passion? What do I really want to do? Where can I really start to make a difference in my life, in my children's life, in my husband's life, in my neighbor's life? What can I do right now? There's something that we all can do to make a difference during these times. So I challenge you to find that for yourself. And of course, anytime you want to reach out or talk on the phone or through Zoom or on my website, www.zeldaokia.com, you can always reach out and find me. And I want to put a link. I had mentioned a while back about a presentation I was going to give about Black burnout. And many of us at this time are feeling some degree of burnout, mental exhaustion. I wrote down here the definition of just burnout: state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excessive or prolonged stress. So I'm sure that there's quite a few of us who are feeling the stress. And yes, it is it can be pretty excessive and prolonged right now. So I'm still going to do that presentation. I'm going to put a link. I'm going to put a link to this video for that presentation. I was going to charge for it. I'm not going to charge. It's just going to be a free Zoom webinar. So I will be sure to put that link. And if you want to it's on Eventbrite. So just sign on Eventbrite and I'll know that you're coming. And then I put the link for the Zoom. But if you have any trouble, just contact me. So I want to be of help in any way that I can and of service. And if you would love to be with me when I'm doing that webinar now, it will be on April 11th. That's a Saturday at 10 a.m. I kept the same time, but it will be a Zoom call. So I'll do more videos and I'll post more about it. I'll post it on my website, www.zeldaokia.com. Please have a wonderful day. Stay safe. Continue to practice social distancing. And, 6 feet when you go outside. Try to stay 6 feet away from the next person, because we just don't know. We don't know who might have the virus, and many people are still coming down with symptoms, and unfortunately we are still seeing deaths from it. So definitely be safe and practice that social distancing. Thanks again. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.